It is indeed my pleasure to be with you. I talk to a lot of groups in Delaware where we have people who have sort of lost hope because of the circumstances they find themselves in. Many of them, much like me, because of a death, not because of anything you did or didn't do. Very sudden heart attack. Took my husband in 12 hours. My life changed, and you have no idea how much it changed over that 24 hours. He left home on a Friday evening after having catch with his 3 sons. He didn't come back. They took him to the hospital, and he passed away. Joe and a lot of people call me tough. There is nothing I have done in my life that was any tougher than driving home that morning and telling my 3 sons their dad would not be coming home. If you can do that, believe me, the rest of it is easy. But it wasn't easy all the time. I'm sure some of you are going to connect when I tell you I was back trying to get my GED, went on to college. I remember a weekend when I had a son with a runny nose. We all have those. I had $3 in my pocket, and I had the choice to make. Say a good long prayer and make sure that my son didn't get any sicker, because I needed that $3 for food. And I see a lot of heads going up and down. You know exactly what I mean. I've never forgotten that, and I never will, because that's what people really need help with. We don't just need a job. We need a job that pays a wage that allows us to support our families by ourselves. We need jobs that allow us to stay home and take care of our kids when they're sick. And we can't say to a spouse, well, you do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. We got to do it both days. I can sit here all day and tell you the things that I went through. But I'm going to tell you one, because you realize how much different it is today for you than it was for me back in 1967. When my husband died, I was offered a job with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, but I needed a car that was competent to get me across all of Delaware and the eastern shore of Maryland. I didn't have the money to buy a car, and so I went to the bank that I had been doing business with for 16 years. And he says, well, geez, I'm sorry, but I can't help you. You have to have a man sign for you. And then he even went so far to say to me, if you're afraid to ask your husband to co-sign, I'll ask him for you. And I said, would you please? And he said, I don't quite like the way you said that. And I said, well, he passed away 3 months ago. And he says, well, I don't care, I still can't help you. When I ran for the House the first time, I wanted to change that. I was elected in November, and our banking association in Delaware readjusted some of the rules and regulations before I was sworn in January. And I want to tell every one of you, that's what you can do. Today you can get credit cards, you can get credit anywhere you need it, you can buy a car, you can even buy a home. Thanks to Democrats who have worked hard, you're right. Worked hard to make sure the working class people have the same opportunity that everyone else does. Keep the faith and know that if you work as hard as you can, just persevere, you can accomplish anything you choose to accomplish, and a few that you don't even think about, because I certainly never imagined under those circumstances that I would ever even work for a governor, let alone become the governor of Delaware.